there's one more thing we got to talk about too, besides the Yankees, and that is the Spidertack shenanigans
situation.
How could we not talk about it?
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of the segue to Garrett Cole. Like, are you worried? Are you guys worried about Garrett Cole from here on in with this whole Spidertack and the cracking down?
Well, again, I'm not entirely sure, but is there something he's hiding? Is he doing it?
I don't think he's doing it anymore. I think he was doing it prior, and then they basically have cut down on it because of that. But you made the stat before that his numbers have been going down, and like it's all the idea of like we don't know.
Started with that series against Minnesota. What is it called? Josh Donaldson was his name. He was like saying, "Oh yeah, Garrett Cole." He was like texting this guy's like, hey, hook me up with this stuff.
It's like a drug deal.
Hook me up with this stuff.
Spidertack.
I'm going to be at the ballpark at around this time here. I'm pitching today.
I am a little bit concerned about Garrett Cole because I'm pretty convinced that he was using some sort of sticky substance to throw his pitches, because a lot of the things that he was doing was basically inhumane. Like he's still an amazing pitcher, but it is a little concerning. However, I mean, I feel like he should know as a professional baseball player how to throw a baseball without using any sort of sticky substance. Like that's on him. So if he's become too reliant on it, like that's all him. But I'm a little nervous because it's a big change because you grip the ball different. You can't throw certain pitches. You can't throw it as fast. It's very different.
See how he does come Sunday.
Yeah.
So one way to find out.
Yeah, no, I'm not too worried. I know his stuff has declined a little bit, but at the end of the day, he's a good pitcher. He's a smart pitcher. Until I see something that really will shock me, I'm not losing faith in Garrett Cole. My only issue was his answer of that press conference, but at the end of the day, he wasn't necessarily in a winnable situation either, because either you were going to have him saying something along the lines of, "Oh, I didn't do it," and then people will still get on his case. Or you'll have him like saying something and then people will roast him. And then at the end of the day, he had that wishy-washy answer, which, as I said when I was on the brew party a few days ago, it's basically the same thing as me when I'm in middle school and my teacher wants my homework and I don't have it. I give her a small little answer before at the end of the day I crack. Right. And I think that was pretty much Garrett Cole. He didn't really give a straight answer, and it didn't really look good. That's all I'm going to really say about it. As much as I like him, I just didn't like what he said in that day. But however, with that being said, I also agree with him that I think Rob Manfred has taken this stuff way too far.
He's been very quiet. He hasn't even spoken since February last year.
Yeah, this whole thing with the Spidertack and whatever other sticky substances that they might be using. The fact that it's literally every 2 seconds we're seeing an umpire come into the game to check their hat, belt, and glove. Like, I understand checking it every once in a while, but it is excessive. Joe Girardi was one of these people, and he was basically abusing the power that he had to disrupt the game to say, like...
So I think you just answered your false question right here.
Yes, he has. Indeed, he has lost his mind. But also I think that he's utilizing his mind because he knows that it's going to stop the flow of the game and make the pitcher upset and make him maybe a little wild with his pitches. So
let's not forget that guy in Oakland who put on a show. Hold his pants down.
I feel like that is like an honest reaction. I feel like that is a normal thing to do. That it's like, oh, I literally have to take off all of my things so that you can check.
Why don't you check me? Here we go, right here, right now.
It's honestly, it's so ridiculous. I understand checking every once in a while, but the excessiveness of it is out of control.
Yeah
no. Like, they're basically banning a lot of substances that have been common throughout the MLB, pretty much that have been used as long as the game itself.
Right.
Like sunscreen. You're really going to get rid of sunscreen?
You can't. It's like, that's a health concern. You have to let them wear sunscreen. Otherwise, they're all going to get, sunburn and skin cancer. Like, they can't remove sunscreen. That's not okay. That should not be allowed. I was talking about this with Andy yesterday. Like, literally, there's such a health concern because of that. I mean, other things.
They're going to watch. They're going to fight that and argue their case about that.
Sunscreen is specifically.
The Players Union is going to argue this.
You can't get rid of sunscreen because they need to wear it.
I need to
If
wear.
any
What if
pitcher
I'm
gets
get? What
sunscreen,
if
they
I
can-
burn easily? What if I have fair skin? It's like, wait a minute now.
It stresses me out.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, if any pitcher gets like a form of skin cancer, they could probably file a lawsuit to Rob
They
Manfred.
Oh, 100%. They will sue the hell out of the MLB and they'll win. They'll win.
Yeah.
This is.
You know what cracked me up too?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for what Rob Manfred said? I think it was either last night or the day before.
Please, what does he have to say? He's a,
He said so far it's all going really well.
that's it.
Are you guys have you been watching the same amount of games that I have? Like,
Are you blind,
umpires
sir?
go up and like examine pitchers as if like they're guilty before innocent? Like, look, I did a whole rant on Brew Party yesterday that like that Rob Manfred is the worst. If you want to see my whole rant, check it out. It's a little colorful and my language may or may not be a little bit too spicy, so I'm not gonna read every single word that I said on that. But basically, this is just an example of why Rob Manfred is the absolute worst. Like, he takes a situation, makes everything worse, makes it out to be worse than it actually is, and then he goes a little too far, whether it be overthinking or whether it be just him making stuff up as he goes along. He's turned something way out of control, and it is driving me absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous that he thinks that it's going well. Like, is this what you wanted, Rob? Is this what you just absolute chaos and like mayhem everywhere? People pulling their pants down? This is what he wanted? It's out of control. It's so crazy.
Remember, this is the same guy that said that the World Series, the Commissioner's Trophy was basically a piece of tin after the Astros scandal came out. So are we really seriously going to trust this guy? I don't think so.
Bring back Bud. Bring back Bud Selig.
I'm not sure if you really want that either, because another thing I talked about when I was with Andy, Bud Selig was just as bad as Rob Manfred. Like, look at the steroid scandal. Like, this guy,
Right.
like, he just enjoyed it. He was making all the money in the world when McGuire and Sosa were doing well, and even Bonds. And then it took the federal government to go up and tell him, hey, something's wrong. These guys are using illegal stuff. You guys can't be doing that. And so in the end, because of somebody else pressuring him, he cast these guys as a villain. And regardless of how you feel about the whole steroid scandal, like, Bud basically is like Manfred in the sense that he's making stuff up as he's going along, and he's just like, doing stuff for money and whatnot and for his own like personal agenda. But neither of them were great commissioners. That's my honest opinion. So if anybody, I'd say bring back Faye Vincent, but I'm not going to get into the whole details as to why he was ousted, because I can go on forever with baseball history. But in any event,
let's bring in Silverman from the NBA.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty decent job. I like him.
Yeah, he
But
does a really good job.